Okay, 2,000 points of Eldar and Tau versus 2,000 points of the new Tyranids. This is our first game with it. Trying out the new CRONE unit. It was actually really hard to make a list. It was surprisingly difficult, so I didn't take in the new horror specs or any of the other new units. I'm going to be using 2 units of 13 gargoyles armed with poison, a zoanthrope. This one rolled and got the horror for its other psychic power. I do have a TERVIGON. She's just stock. I have 2 carnifexes. One has 2 sets of death spitters, the other has 2 sets of devourers, one with the tiger stripes, and he also has regeneration. The other one does not. I have the all-important new 2 VENOMTHROPES, so they're going to be giving everyone on my front line a good, nice cover save there. My FLYRANT, he's armed with 2 devourers. He's using HIVE Commander, so he's going to be outflanking 30 TERMAGANTS. We'll see how that works out. He also has regeneration. He rolled for Warp Blast, and I just gave him his Primaris Dominion, so everyone can be in a nice synapse bubble. This is my CRONE. She is stock. Everything's normal with her. And over here we have one more zoanthrope. This one just used Primaris as well. So that is my army. That's my list. I have a TRYGON Prime with poison coming in and a MAWLOC, and hopefully we will see the Termagants coming in as well. Also, I forgot, we are proxying a DEATHLEAPER over here. He's a new great unit. He actually rolled 5 for his D3, so my lovely wife's Spirit Seer is down to nice low leadership. Over here, see what the Eldar are using.
I'm going to have 20 Dire Avengers, 2 WRAITHLORDs with BRIGHTLANCES and scatter lasers on both. I have a RIPTIDE. I have a commander back here with 2 of the crisis suits with him.
Back here, yeah.
Some FIREWARRIORS here, and 2... Actually, I'm bringing in a flyer also.
Oh, yeah, there's a Crimson Hunters coming in.
Yes, and that's it.
And yeah, you got your Wave Serpents with WRAITHGUARD in them, right?
WRAITHGUARD, 2 things of WRAITHGUARD, and a Spirit Seer, which makes them troops.
That's right, okay. Yep.
Yes.
So there's a 2,000. Okay, we're playing the Scouring. Because of the new Synapse rules, I didn't bother putting any of these objectives. We're using drones as objectives. My wife put one back here, but all the other objectives I tried to place far up on the board because I just can't afford to leave units behind anymore without them running away. So everything's pushed up. We have a 3 here. What is that, a 3?
That was a 3.
This is the 1.
That's a 1.
This is the 4.
This is the 4, and this is a 2.
And way back there, the 2. Yeah. And this guy over here was a 2, right?
I think so.
Yep. Okay. I did not steal the initiative, so it's going to be turn 1 without night fighting for the Eldar and Tau forces.
Okay.
Okay, Eldar turn 1. What happened?
Well, everything shot at the gargoyles. I figured out pretty quickly when my Dire Avengers could only take out 2 of them out of like 40 shots.
Yeah, that unit of gargoyles over here took a lot of shots, and those VENOMTHROPES really went to work and saved them.
So I figured out quickly that was a huge problem. And after I came over here, I got the Riptide to shoot them and kill both of them.
Yeah.
So then it's now gone.
You ripple fired. That's what happened there. Ripple fired the smart missile, so.
But it could cost me because I didn't get any shots off at the 2 big flyers. So we'll see. And then everything else just kind of shot, if it could, at the girls. Kind of dwindled, and I think 3 of them are gone now. It's not very many.
Yeah.
And then my shield is down on this pink one. Hopefully that's not going to bite me in the ass. We'll see. This one's still perfectly fine. And that's it.
Okay. Tyranid turn 1. Okay. End of Tyranid turn 1. As you can see, I moved everything this way. Let's see. My gargoyles didn't really do anything. My clutch of gargoyles here moved up to secure this objective. We're playing the scouring, so hopefully they can hold that for a little while. DEATHLEAPER came down. I actually forgot to run him, but he's down here. FLYRANT moved up. He took a lot of shots at this group of Dire Avengers. They held their ground, but they lost 3 wounds. Over here, I didn't shoot at the Wave Serpent with the Crone, even though the shield was down. Reason being, I only have 4 missiles for the whole game. Her flyer's about to come in, and she doesn't have a great ballistic skill. So what I did instead was used her drool cannon to melt a bunch of Dire Avengers. More shooting from the Carnifexes, since that was all at range, actually made this group flee. There's only 3 left alive. So that's good. Other than that, pretty easy phase. I did like the horror on this. At the very beginning of that turn, I made that unit get pinned. It's a neat little trick. We'll see if some of the other new psychic stuff's cool in the future. Okay, end of Eldar turn 2. What happened?
Okay, so I took everything basically on that side of the board to shoot the Crone. That's what it's called, yes.
She's gone.
She's gone now, thankfully. I think the commander finished her off. Then we took a shot at the FLYRANT, and he actually ended up wounding himself on his grounding test.
Yeah, he fell. He saved things, but ate it.
Yes. I shot at the... What are those creatures back here?
Oh, your Carnifexes?
Carnifex, yes. But he was able to save his wound too.
And DEATHLEAPER over here took a wound from the Dire Avengers?
Dire Avengers.
Those snapshots?
Yes. And she saved her wound also.
Yeah.
So, that's it for now.
Yep. I got a lot of stuff coming in from reserve, so I'll just roll for it. So, TERMAGANTS are in. TRYGON is not in. And the MAWLOC is in. Okay, so 30 gaunts coming in. Oh, let's see what side they come in. They're outflanking. So they're on the left side. Awesome. Okay, end of Tyranid turn 2. A very, very frustrating turn. MAWLOC missed on the FIREWARRIORS, so she's probably going to get wiped out. My gaunts came in where I wanted them to, but they completely whiffed with their shooting. It's hard to believe how they whiffed that bad. That's okay. FLYRANT, I wanted to do it. I thought I was going to get to. He cast the Warp Lance on the flyer, hit, and she made a jinx save. So, yeah, and then further shooting, removed 2 wounds from her. It immobilized, or didn't immobilize her, but it, locked velocity?
Yes.
And that's it. Zoanthrope did nothing to the Wave Serpent. My Gargoyles failed to charge. Carnifexes basically took out this unit of Dire Avengers, so they're gone. And that's really it. DEATHLEAPER ran back. He was going to try to charge, but he didn't need to once the Dire Avengers were killed. So, not the greatest Tyranid turn ever. So we'll see what happens in Eldar turn 3. End of Eldar turn 3.
Okay.
What happened?
So my flyer had a little mishap last turn, which meant she could only fire snapshots and go straight forward.
Right.
She did take a wound on the little lady over there.
TERVIGON took a wound, yeah.
Yes, and hopefully next turn will be better. Over here, nothing really happened. We took out some Termagants, nothing big. She did take a wound back there. She's got 1 left. Up here, nothing happened to MAWLOC. We did take out a good bit of these problem children.
Yeah, the Riptide.
Riptide and the little troops over here.
FIREWARRIORS, yeah.
Yes, this flyer is down to 1 wound, but it's still in the air, so that's not great. This one still has 1 wound, but other than that, nothing happened. It was not a very good turn for us.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. Okay, on to Tyranid turn 3, yeah. Let's see. Thankfully, TRYGON comes in. Maybe he can help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, end of Tyranid turn 4. It was a pretty good turn for us. A lot of things happened. Most notably, let's see, the FLYRANT shot and disabled the Wave Serpent with a couple of glancing hits. So everyone got out, at which point the Carnifexes just unloaded on that group of WRAITHGUARD, killed 3 of them. So that was good, that was helpful. Gargoyles moved up. They made a charge here on this WRAITHLORD, as did the DEATHLEAPER. What's cool about that is I got paroxysm off from the TERVIGON, which reduced his weapon skill all the way down to 1. So he's just kind of swinging. He did inflict 1 wound on a gargoyle, but that combat still continues. Over here, the Termagants moved in. They assaulted the FIREWARRIORS, killed all of them. And the MAWLOC has moved in, and they are currently fighting. Neither one of these units is really impressive in close combat, so I don't think any wounds were caused, not on either side. So yeah. Also, let's see, the TRYGON killed this group of Dire Avengers over here, and a bunch of whiff shots went up at this flyer trying to kill it with only 1 more hull point on it left, so none of them made contact. And that is it for Tyranid turn 4. Okay, end of Eldar turn 4. What happened?
Well, it wasn't that great of a turn for us. They missed horribly. So everyone still has wounds over here. It's fine with that. He ran his little guy away.
Okay, I used hit and run on him, right, and got rid of that got out of that combat. So DEATHLEAPER's coming over here.
Over here, they're still going. They don't really have anything.
Nothing happened with the. Yeah.
However,
yeah.
My WRAITHGUARD, amazing WRAITHGUARD, did come out and kill the TRYGON with 1 hit.
I forgot how much I really dislike WRAITHGUARD with monstrous creatures, but
they're pretty amazing. Slowly dwindling down this little section of girls who are taking this objective. And that's it.
That's it. Okay, on to Tyranid turn 4. Okay, end of Tyranid turn 4. Strange game so far. These guys failed, and using the new instinctive behavior tables, they had to go. They didn't have to, but I sent them to that area of terrain so they could at least shoot. In which case they did nothing against those crisis suits. But that's my first time failing for Synops, so that felt great. Flyer, he came over here, killed the Crimson Hunter, so I got a point from the scouring off of that. Over here, this combat, nothing is happening. I've yet to hurt this Warlord. He's just kind of slowly ticking away at gargoyles. I keep hitting him with paroxysm, so that should last for a while. Over here, I killed the Farseer and the other WRAITHGUARD. Both DEATHLEAPER and Carnifexes managed to get into combat and were unable to kill this lone guy. Pretty amazing. Pretty upset about that. So, moving on to Eldar turn 5. End of Eldar turn 5. What happened?
Not much of anything. It's all basically the same. I wiped out the Gargoyles over here, so they lost that objective.
That's true. That sucked.
But other than that, nothing.
Yeah. Took a couple pot shots.
He took another wound.
That's true. He had regenerated 1 last turn. I didn't mention that, but so now he's down to 1 wound again. These guys got out of combat. The DEATHLEAPER got a rending hit off, so they're back on the charge. All right, moving on. Okay, end of Tyranid turn 5. It went well. DEATHLEAPER and Carnifexes moved into this assault with a WRAITHLORD, and DEATHLEAPER actually killed him in the first round with rending hits. So FLYRANT flew away. I wanted him to stay alive and not cost me a point. I cast Paroxysm on this group of crisis suits, and over here I shot a lot at them and only made to get 1 wound. So wound inflicted over here on the MAWLOC. That fight continues forever and ever. I moved the TERMAGANTS back here to hold this objective again, and now we need to see if the game ends.
Did it roll?
Continues. Eldar and Tau, turn 5. What happened?
Not too much of anything. Apparently, you're going to run away from this combat.
What she means by that is my MAWLOC finally decided to hit and run out of there. So she has taken a bolting sprint towards that objective, and hopefully if she fails her synops, she'll be able to at least assault those WRAITHGUARD.
I did take out synops over here. Zoanthrope is now gone.
She did.
None of these things are in synops, which hopefully will be something great. Who knows? I've taken out almost all of them. He's holding one objective.
Yeah, there's one
little
lone
guy.
gaunt.
Yes. That's about it.
Great fella. Okay. Cool deal. Right now we figured out it's Eldar have 5 points. Tyranids are currently at 8. We'll see if they can hold on. It is necessary because this is a proud moment for all Tyranids. Carnifex is unloaded. This guy's been alive the whole game, right? He's absorbed all these shots. He finally got down to 1 wound. And this brood of gaunts unloaded. And that was her save rolls.
Are you done?
I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good.
Okay. I think I'll just take the involve now.
That's your feel no pain. The Riptide has been killed by the lowly gaunts. The lowly gaunts. Turn 6. As you can see, the Riptide's dead. Worked out well. MAWLOC ended up charging, and she killed off a suit. Other than that, nothing else happened, but we rolled, the game ended, so I've got my gaunts controlling a 4 objective. I've got my TERVIGON sitting her fat ass on the 3 objective, a gaunt back here on another 3 objective, and my warlord's still alive with Linebreaker. That's going to put me in the lead. So what I want to say about the new Tyranid codex, it's a lot more, you have to think a lot more, and I actually like it. I think it's better. I think it's better than the old one. There's a lot of things I don't like about it, but I think we're going to tweak some things and get a little bit more competitive list. I don't know how I feel about the TERVIGON anymore. She might be leaving, but all in all, I think it's actually going to be a fun codex. I mean, I'm being competitive, but it's fun. And that's it. So, how did you feel about playing against this new dex? How different was it?
You're definitely more competitive. I think that I can see that you last longer and you can do more damage to me. There's some things that are odd, like you would want to go after synops. I think if I go after synops creatures, it changes a lot of things. Their behavior changes rolling on that table now. That's a really big thing. Things that used to be a problem aren't such a problem anymore. Like, the MAWLOC thing is weird, but it didn't really come up and do its little damage thing.
She didn't get to, hit twice like,
right.
I think in the future that'll actually be a great thing, but she still sucks at hitting her target.
I would like to see that to decide how that can be. I think that TERVIGON, and she's a troop choice, so that's good. I would use her because she's really hard to kill, so if you can put her on an objective, it's better for you. But
she's expensive now, and having to have 30 gaunts kind of sucks.
Right. I also feel like it would be different if it wasn't the scouring like this. I think a different game would set you up in a different way, and it may not as go as well. I think it was really smart to move the objectives down here. I think that was good.
I think every Tyranid player is going to have to do that.
Yes, that's a really good hint.
Unless you feel like wasting points babysitting your backfield like this, I would just really send everything forward. That's my opinion, but I just don't see. I just can't see leaving a bunch of Termagants in the backfield only to have them run away.
Right. And
it just sucks.
sooner or later they're going to fail. So, now, that being said, this is on area terrain. So they probably would have stayed on area terrain. So if you can put your objective somewhere like that, that might help you out if you do have to do that. But
as long as they don't fall back.
Right, which is a very good possibility because 1, 2s, and 3s make them fall back. So I wouldn't give up the synopsis for that either. I think that the FLYRANT's still really good. I think she was very helpful throughout the game.
And the CRONE didn't do.
The CRONE, I don't know. I'm up in the air. I don't think I got to see everything that I could do, and I'm not sure the missiles came out.
They did not come out. And you know what? If you didn't have a Crimson Hunter that was going to wound her no matter what and hit on 2s, she would live a little bit longer. Maybe I need to keep her back a lot further.
If she has a good range on her, that's probably really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think all in all, it's a good codex so far. The little guy is nice.
DEATHLEAPER, yeah. I might keep him around unless I switch over to Swarmlord. We'll see. But he's definitely a neat nerf to the enemy HQ.
Yes.
So.